Hi there, Steve Perkins again, the cooking buff from the Muscle Kitchen, and I have my kitchen assistant here. This is Sir Walter Raleigh. We call him Raleigh instead. He's Raleigh. As one of the rare times I let him up on the counter because obviously there's no food up here, but he's probably looking for attention more than food right now. Anyhow, if you're looking for information about food and how to eat right, and this is part of my video series called Eat Like You Mean It, and it's just almost everything I've been doing for so many years and learning about why I do this, like, and how it works and why it works so well. And people have been asking me forever, what do you do to look so good at your age? Very humbly, I thank you very much for these compliments. Yes, I am older than dirt, 68 years old, and maybe there's some genetics in it that have helped. I can't deny that, but I've been tenacious about eating smart and doing smart stuff for the longest time, and so does Raleigh. He eats really well too. Today's episode is about spices and herbs, and they're quite valuable medicinally. It's not just about flavors and tastes. So many medicinal properties of spices and herbs as the original medicines, besides essential oils. So it's to be recognized and honored in its fashion. And I have a huge drawer of, I'll show you my drawer of herbs and spices and stuff. But I'm focusing on several right now, the big ones. I don't want to make a huge long video about this, but I do want to mention the main ones. I don't have any licorice with me right now, but black licorice, the real licorice, not the red candy sticks that you buy. It's not even decent candy. This is just corn syrup and food coloring and nasty stuff. So you don't want to be doing red licorice if you think that's healthy candy. You're crazy. If the black licorice is slightly better if it's a real licorice source, but since that they've been able to fake the licorice flavoring, so I don't even bother with it too much anymore. But the amazing things, and I'm going to make sure I read my notes here so I get everything accurate. There's so much I can't retain in my head. Licorice buffers the inflammatory response. Good for inflammation. By increasing the steroid output by your adrenal glands. A good buffer if your immune system is over-responding to the flu. Licorice if you got the flu. Amazing. Something we all probably have in our kitchens. Let me get over here. This is my own pepper mill. Black pepper is what we're going to talk about next. And here's black peppercorns. Whenever you're buying herbs and spices, don't cheap out. Very often the more high quality spices and herbs and seasonings are pricey. And you buy a small quantity, don't hang on to it for more than a year or something in your cupboard, in your pantry, because they do age. And so don't think I haven't used this for 3 or 4 years and I'm just going to try it. You better just toss it out and start over, because it's not going to be pure, it's not going to be fresh, and it's probably going to be aromatized or aerated, and it's not going to have the mojo that you're looking for, flavor as well as the medicinal properties. What am I talking about black pepper for? Well, some people don't like black pepper. They just haven't developed a taste for it, but I do it for that. Plus, let me read my notes here, and this is I refer to Dr. Joseph Mercola, who is one of my gurus, one of my respected guys that I go to when I have questions and I need more expert advice with a lot more clinical analysis behind these statements. And so he's one of my main guys that I go to. Someday I need to meet you, Dr. Mercola. I think we could have a great conversation. Anyhow, black pepper increases the bioavailability of just about all other foods, including herbs and other components, some other compounds. So it's not just the flavor, but sometimes our taste buds tell us a lot that we don't quite understand. When I started eating more organic and pure foods consistently and more exclusively after several years, I realized I could actually depend upon my taste buds for things that I needed. Like if I was starting to feel like I was getting a cold or a throat or phlegm or sinus, all that stuff that goes on, I would try different things and my taste buds would go, oh, that tastes really, really good to me. And that's what I really actually needed, and it worked. For instance, as a kid, I got a terrible, terrible flu. I had a lot of fevers when I was a kid, infant, like I'm 10 years old and beneath, younger. Terrible fevers. I wouldn't even be able to recognize my mother, and I was speaking foreign tongues, and it was a crazy thing. Still don't know the answer or why, but I remember one time that my mom, this is back in the day when frozen foods just started happening, and it happened to be, I was sick in my bedroom, feeling miserable. My mom, for some reason, brought in some cooked frozen spinach that had been cooked. It tasted amazing to me, and I kept asking for more. Of course, it was all gone. She just gave me what was left, just a small little bowl, but it tasted so good to me. Spinach, I swear to God. But that's exactly what my body was craving at the time, and my taste buds were signaling that's what my body really, really needed. And the phytonutrients of spinach, and frozen spinach is one of the good frozen things because it captures all the nutrients right away. Wow, am I digressing again or what? Pardon me, this started out with black pepper. But let's go on, let's backtrack. So just my taste buds are my friends now, not my enemies. I can trust them to a point if I'm not polluting them with all kinds of crazy, crazy manufactured processed foods and impure foods. Okay, black pepper, great. Let's go on to turmeric. Turmeric is one of my favorite topics. I love turmeric. Turmeric is the essential compound in curcumin. And so this is I keep this on my countertop and I just dash this on eggs and everything. Turmeric is beautiful, beautiful, bright orange color. I buy organic turmeric and curcumin in bulk. It's the best way to do it. It costs a lot of money, but you don't use that much. Pardon me. The best way to take turmeric is in the tincture form like this. And so this has been well used. I put a couple of drops in my smoothie every day. Several drops, sometimes, especially if I'm kind of feeling low, or if it's really cold out, or there's a lot of stuff blowing in the air, stuff like that. Turmeric is a beautiful thing to treat, to help your immune system. It has high antioxidants, which is killer. In fact, it has, I'm reading my notes here for Dr. Mercola. Turmeric is 5 to 8 times stronger than vitamin C and E, and even strong enough to scavenge the hydroxyl radical, which is considered by some to be the most reactive of all oxidants. Major stuff, major stuff. Oregano. Yeah, most of us have that in the dry form, and yeah, you get some of the flavor, but you don't really get the medicinal properties of the real thing. And that's why, again, let me see if I can find it. Oil of oregano. This is this essence. I did a whole segment on essential oils, and oil of oregano is a big one. Again, a huge antioxidants, and the active agent is rosmarinic acid. Who knew? Good stuff. Let me work on down the list here. You probably have a bunch of this in your cabinet. I can't open this bag. Nutmeg is fascinating. Nutmeg has antibacterial properties. It can significantly reduce certain strains of E. coli. Beneficial for joint pain and gout. The nutmeg oil is traditionally used to treat toothaches. These are old-timey stuff that still work today. Your doctor doesn't know anything about them. Your dentist doesn't know anything about them. So they're going to say, no, 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 we want to give you lots of fluoride treatments. I'm always like, no way. I'm not going to push that nasty stuff in my body again if I can avoid it. Spices and herbs are fascinating. Ginger. This is real ginger. This is ginger root. I throw this into my vegetable juice extractor. I have extract vegetable juice almost every other day, maybe 5 times a week if we're really good about it. But ginger is amazing. It actually increases your circulation. When I lived in Colorado and I was out in the mountains all the time, especially in the wintertime, I would increase my ginger intake because it increased my circulation. There's nothing like having warm fingers and toes in the wintertime. The powdered ginger that comes in a jar doesn't have nearly the impact and the potency that good old raw ginger has. This looks fascinating and wonderfully gnarly. You can find organic ginger root too, so you know that you're getting the real stuff. Let's see what else I was going to say. Oh, let's move on to something else. I was going to say ginger also is calmative to your stomach. It boosts your immune system, but it also relaxes and soothes the intestinal tract. That's why it's good for digestive problems. If you're having a sour stomach, you might try somehow getting some ginger into your body. Again, the raw ginger is the best way to do that because you can blend it up and control how you ingest it. Warm fingers and toes. Something I used to do in Colorado all the time when I was skiing and snowshoeing in particular, because your feet are getting you're being very active. So very often your body's sweating at the same time you're in like very cold weather. So it's important to keep dry and warm at the same time, even though your body's like doing all kinds of physical activity. It's a crazy phenomenon. But I would put a tiny bit of, I'm almost out, cayenne pepper, red cayenne pepper. This is organic cayenne pepper. I put just a tiny pinch into my socks. Sometimes between in my shoes, in my boots, and that alone would keep my toes warm. While skiing and snowshoeing, how delicious is that? But you put too much in there, and you're going to regret it because it's going to be too warm, and that's not what we're after. So many other things to talk about. Antimicrobial benefits of cinnamon. Real cinnamon. There's all kinds of bogus sorts of cinnamon. Make sure you get the very, very high quality. It needs to be from Southeast Asia, Vietnam, and all. But there's very different qualities of cinnamon. So do some research. I'll try to put this up on my website as well about cinnamon. I don't want to belabor it, but there's antimicrobial properties of cinnamon, antioxidant defenses. Let's see, there's anti-inflammatory compounds in cinnamon that is great. Stiffness of muscles and joints are affected. So if you got arthritis, try to get the very, very high quality, pure cinnamon. Some people, they get cinnamon from the roots and the leaves. It still qualifies as called cinnamon, but it's not the same thing as pure cinnamon bark, and that's really where the medicinal properties exist. Cinnamon's also good to prevent urinary tract infections, tooth decay, and gum disease. But only the pure, real cinnamon will do that for you. Because there's so many things. This is a huge, huge topic, and I've always gone on for 15 minutes about it. Peppermint is also amazing. Irritable bowel syndrome, prevent growth of bacteria and fungi, can help relieve the symptoms of allergy and asthma. Peppermint. Again, grow your own peppermint if you can. Peppermint oil will do the same thing if you're lucky enough to be able to find this. Good things. There's so many more spices and herbs that I could be talking about, but I just want to give you the tip of the iceberg here because this is an important topic, as much as important as eating real, pure, organic, non-GMO, messed up, unprocessed foods. Any questions more? Ask me more about this stuff. Being happy to help as much as I can. Big subject about eating right and eating smart, and you can do a lot of stuff for yourself, being proactive about your health and just by your kitchen. What you put in your refrigerator, what you put into your body, and how you cook foods and how you don't cook foods. Also, the Muscle Kitchen covers a lot of this. I'm trying to revamp the website more all the time so it's a much more valid source. I'm all about adding valid substance to the internet. I come back from the day when the internet was just a brand new thing and people would just put garbage up just to see if it worked. And so there was a lot of misinformation there. There still is, of course. But my mission is to do the right thing and put the most valuable information there about nutrition, about diet and health and how to be the best you can be and take care of yourself and be smart. There's a lot of misinformation we get from the marketing and promotion of people from the drug industries, and even the food industry is full of profiteering. They just don't really have the moral sense to care about if it's really good for the populace, for your body. So it behooves us to be smart and aware and to learn and learn and learn about what the facts are. So it's about trust. And so hopefully I'm engendering a bit of that in you. That's my mission here is to become more and more a viable resource for valuable truth information about diet, nutrition, food, and health, and stuff like that. My office assistant has left the room. Raleigh is nowhere to be found. He got bored, so sorry. You'll have to come back for another segment. Again, this is Steve Perkins for the Muscle Kitchen, the Cooking Buff, and signing off for now.